To begin an assessment, locate the assessment within your My Assessment portal. I'm going to do an example with the candidate work sample. The task lists will be in blue if you have not yet completed the assessment. So I'm going to click on task lists for the candidate work sample. When I click on task list as a college supervisor, I have several students or 2 students assigned to me. In this case, I'm going to evaluate Joe Test. So you just click on evaluate Joe Test and the evaluation begins. So in this case, to make this quick, I'm going to click on acceptable for the evaluation. And write a comment and click on the next arrow button, and it will ask you to type in your initials for this one. Continue again. It's important that you see this message that your response has been recorded. If you do not see that message, then something may have happened where it wasn't recorded. Down below, you'll see a panel here that says 1 of 3 tasks complete. I completed evaluating Joe Test, and I'm going to, you could go to the next task, which would take you to the next student. In my case, I would like to go back to use the top bars up here, and I'm going to click on the task back to the candidate work sample. And you'll see that Joe Test has been marked off, that I have completed his assessment. The next one I'm going to do is Julia Test. And for this, I'd like to show you an example of how, if you're in the middle of an assessment and something happens where you cannot complete it, the best way to exit out of here and save your responses is to go to the My Assessment tab up top. If you get to this point where something happens, oh, I'm not going to be able to finish this, click on My Assessments, and you'll see a dialog box that pops up that says evaluation you are taking is not finished. Are you sure you want to leave? Make sure you click on the option that says Save and Leave. So if you click on that, it will take us back to My Assessments. And if I go back to that task list of the candidate work sample that I was previously in, you'll see that Joe Test again is completed, and Evaluate Julia Test has not been completed. So I'm going to click back on her, and it will take you back to where you left off. You can see this is where I left off. So all your responses were previously recorded, and then I'm going to finish them. Type in my initials. And again, I get the notification that my response has been recorded. Again, you could use the previous task, next task option down below. My preference is to go back up top to the task tab up here. And you'll see that Joe Test and Julia Test, now I have a check mark that both of those have been completed.